Glory to the Most High Yahweh, Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. It's the Feast of Trumpets 2021, according to the Babylon calendar. We pray that everyone have a blessed and beautiful Feast of Trumpets. We're going to go into somewhat of a quick topic. Kum Ya Shalom.
Hey, shalom.
Shalom. Yahweh Shabbat.
Yeah, but shalom.
So we're going to go into a quick topic. Well, it could be quick, could be longer, but the topic is about what's going on right now with the natural disasters. You see all types of stuff happening, the floods, the hurricanes, the tornadoes, the earthquakes, there's the famine is coming. There's so much coming right now, and it's happening like it's everything that's happening. These are events that's part of major prophecy. These events is part of major prophecy. So we're going to open up with the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25.
Y'all get it? Just say "come." It's Luke 21 and 25. Okay. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
Right. So of course the signs in the times, the signs is in the heavens now. You got the chariots, the chariots being shown. The chariots are showing out right now, showing themselves all over the heavens. Then you got nuclear tests being run in the heavens. You got blood moon after blood moon. You got all these different things happening, but one part here, the distress, or two, all of it, but the distress of nations. Look at Afghanistan, man. Mm-hmm. America been in there for 20-something years, and now look, as soon as they move out, all hell breaks loose.
That's right.
But it's a part of the distress. This is the distress upon the nations. But then it also says the seas and the waves roaring, man. These waves are roaring. And this is the hand of the Most High, but these are prophetic storms, man. These storms are prophetic. These are strictly from the scriptures. That's why you see certain things happening. People getting flooded where they're not used to getting flooded. You know? Okay, go ahead.
Up in the Northeast, to add on to that, up in the Northeast, they getting record hurricanes. It's Hurricane Alley up there in Maryland and D.C. and up there now.
Right.
And then you got oceans spontaneously combusting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Oceans is on fire. I'm going to keep it going, verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, mm-hmm. and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Mm-hmm. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Right, and that's happening now. You got the brother that just passed away today, the brother Omar, mm-hmm. from The Wire. He died of an overdose, supposedly. Mm-hmm. These celebrities, man, no matter how much money they get, and they stressed out too, because a lot of them know the truth, but they can't really say nothing. They got a gag order, so they can't say nothing. But they said the man was a sodomite. He was a full-fledged out-the-closet sodomite. I don't know how true that is, but I wouldn't put it past him, because he played a lot of sodomite roles. Mm-hmm. You know, he played a lot of them. Not only Omar, which was the gangster sodomite, but he played I forgot what other. He played a sodomite in another movie too. Well, in a couple of movies. But people are dying, man. They stressed out. They see the signs happening. You know, they see things happening, and they don't know how to cope. So they're like, man, the hell with it. I'm gonna get these drugs. Yeah. And then when you on a mission, you know, when you on a binge mission and you taking drugs for a couple days straight, or you know, a whole day straight, and now your connect is at a certain time, he ain't picking up. Now you go out in the street trying to get your fix. So you buying your drugs from just any Tom, Dick, and Harry, and now you getting the bad batch. Because Jake or whoever, Esau, whoever's out there, is late night. They like, yo, grab this, and we're gonna sell it to him like it's this.
Yeah, that's right.
You see what I'm saying? And now you caught out there You think you sniffing coke, but you sniffing what was the one? What they got? Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Now you snorting fentanyl, and if you a cokehead, and you snort fentanyl, or you mess with the downers, or off a high binge, off a coke binge, you're finished. You're finished. Your heart is gonna go down. It's gonna go up and down like a roller coaster, and it's a wrap for you.
That's right.
So it says men's hearts failing them from fear, man, and they see a lot of things happening, and even the so-called epidemic, man. This thing got a lot of our people scared too. People don't even want to cough no more. People scared how people gonna look at them. So all this, we're living in prophetic times, man, and this is from the horse's mouth himself, the Mashiach.
And Salakia, they forgetting about we got allergy season. You see what I'm saying? Like you was bringing out, it's allergy season. So you're gonna sneeze. You got pollen, all kind of pollen in the air, right? But you so much look like you want to sneeze, they ready to shoot you because they think you got the plague. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy out here, man. That's men's hearts failing for fear.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And then you holding your breath and all of that, popping blood vessels and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You need to sneeze, man. Let that thing out. You know, wipe your nose, pull, get the mucus out, man. Don't be afraid to do that. But this is part of the men's hearts failing from fear. And it said, and looking after those things which are coming on the earth. It's so much stuff happening left and right. You don't know what's happening. You know, and Jake don't understand, but then they see things and then they hear things that their grandmothers said in the scriptures. Their foremothers, you know what I'm saying? Their aunties, the ones that used to go to church. So they got somewhat of a clue, but they still don't know what's going on. Okay, the next verse.
Verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
So it's supposed to get worse. There's more prophecies that's supposed to happen before the coming of the Mashiach. But we're living in that time. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
And that's when you got an understanding of what's going on. We looking at these things. See, we know things are going to change, but they're going to change for the better of the elect. It's going to be worse for the 2/3 and the remnant of the people that's supposed to perish on this earth that's not in the book of life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it will get worse for the elect, but at the same time, in the full range of things, it's going to get better for the hopeful elect, and hopefully we part of that. So it said, lift up your heads and know that we in these times, man, these last times. Okay, let's go to Ephesians, Bible Bishop. Ephesians 5 and 15.
Everybody got to say, Con? 5 and 15. Con? It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Right, so pay attention to your circle. Pay attention to what's going on. Look around, see the signs. Read the scriptures, understand the prophecy. But you can only understand it when you tap into keeping the commandments. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 16. Redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
That's the days we're living in. So if you think they're going to get better, they're not getting better for the wicked. They're not getting better for the wicked. They're not getting better for the righteous neither, because they're evil. But the righteous, the ones that understand and trying to live righteous, know that there's a brighter day and a better day coming for the hopeful elect of the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 17. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Most High is.
Right, and this is the will of the Most High, that He drown you out with tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes, and get you trapped in an airport in Afghanistan, and you can't go nowhere. These are the things. This is part of the Lord's will, but you're not going to understand this if you're not a law keeper, because the Bible says to understand my precepts, you got to keep them. And this is what the Most High require us of us as a nation, especially as we go into these feast days, man. Because the trumpet is the sign of it could be war, it could be peace, it could be the Shabbat, it could be the feast days. But the trumpet is here to warn you. And for those that don't know, we go into, this is the highest new moon, so this is, some like to call it the spiritual new year for us Israelites, because the Day of Atonement is right here. So now the Day of Atonement, we atone for the sins that we committed in the past year. You see? So this is like a spiritual new year for Israelites, because this is when we start all over with our slate. You see what I'm saying? With our sin slate. So this is a very these times, knowing when the feast days are, and then you notice too, when the feast days happens, usually something crazy happens around the earth during the time of the feast days, during the Passover, during the Day of Atonement, during the Tabernacles, during all of these things, certain how's the word, catastrophic happens. So pay attention to what's going around on the earth. There's gonna be more war, there's gonna be more tornadoes, there's gonna be more plagues, and something that's really not happening yet. Haiti always get hit with earthquakes, but the scriptures say earthquakes in diverse places, so we ain't really get hit with that big one yet. When that big joint come, yeah, hurricanes and tornadoes is vicious. But let an earthquake hit a place that's not used to getting hit. That thing, an earthquake can mess up your, what's it called, your cerebral? Cerebral. That's how you pronounce it.
Cerebral?
Yeah.
Okay.
It mess up your cerebral. You be off balance, Shalom. You be off balance. You know what I'm saying? You think you walking one way, and then you're actually leaning towards the left or leaning towards the right.
Your equilibrium.
Yeah,
and all that be off. Yeah.
And that's what the earthquakes do. So imagine all these people that's already jacked up by all these diseases out here, especially these old folks that never seen an earthquake in the south, never heard of an earthquake up north. You know what I'm saying? Nothing big and vicious, at least, but it's coming. All of that is coming because it's prophecy. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 18. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
Right. And was that talking about these doctrines? Don't be drunk with these doctrines, these philosophies, because the days are evil. So they coming out with a bunch of them. And you see all of the doctrine masters that was bringing in all these false doctrines, the Most High is chopping them off slowly, one by one. He chopped up Polite jacked up right now. You got young Pharaoh, he jacked up right now. These niggas is jacked up. Sanetta's washed. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is washing these people and everybody that bucked up against the word of the Most High. So all these dudes, and it's crazy because, yeah, they are brothers, but all the shit they done said about the Most High and his word, man, the hell with you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna pray for y'all. Hopefully y'all get it, but we count you niggas off already. So whatever comes y'all way, man, just understand that that's coming from the Most High. So if you start losing your mind, like young Pharaoh, if you start dealing with child molestation, like Polite and his father, Dr. York, so you start doing all these things, Sanetta's he's backing these niggas. Then what's the other one that was supposed to bring the school?
Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar, he ain't got no goddamn school yet. So all these different things is happening, and these are your leaders. These are the house of consciousness. You quote unquote woke niggas. You see what I'm saying? But understand, through all the bullshit y'all going through and dealing with, guess what? The Most High word is still trumps everything. The Israelites are still going. Yeah, there's going to be scandals amongst us, but that don't affect the word of the Lord. Prophecy must still go on. Don't one monkey stop the show.
And also, they're isolated incidents. So the things that happen in the community is very, very isolated, and they wasn't even in the truth in the first place.
Right.
Just to bring that out, just a sidebar on that one.
Come on. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Speaking to yourselves in songs and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Most High.
Right, that's what we got to do now, because it's so much the same way you grab your fringes, hold your fringes tight when you feel them spirits coming on you. Grab your ZZs, you know what I'm saying, and just think of that law, because that's what it's supposed to do. But the same thing with the hymns, you know, start to learn your psalms. I suggest everybody learn a song. That Psalms 121 is a short prayer. You can get that in, you know, you can get that in wherever you're at, and you feel you going down, or even if the police is behind you at a, you know what I'm saying, you see the lights come on behind you, you say them prayers, say them psalms, say them hymns, because the days are evil, man. And it's easy for you to get distracted and thrown off your game. Go ahead.
Verse 20, giving thanks always for all things unto the Most High and the Father in the name of our Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right, giving thanks at all times, because everything could be worse, man. I just put up a post where a sister lost 5 children on her birthday going to pick up her boyfriend. They all died in a fire. You see what I'm saying? She was going to pick up a boyfriend, and I think the grandmother or somebody was home, and all 5. So when people lose family members, yeah, it hurts and things, but it can always be worse. So count your blessings, man, and always give thanks for everything from the Most High, man.
Right.
You know? So let's go real quick to Psalms 93 and 1. Abba Kashar.
Psalms 93 and 1, when y'all got it, you know what to do. It's the book of Psalms from the top. Salakia, book of Psalms 93 from the top. The Most High reigneth. He is clothed with majesty. The Most High is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. The world also is established that it cannot be moved.
So now you got to understand, now, right now, we're living in the times where the Most High has literally girded himself. When you girt yourself, you ready to fight. You ready to go to war. So the Most High done girded himself. That's why you see everything happening. Okay, it's going to show you. Go ahead.
Verse 2, thy throne is established of old. Thou art from everlasting.
All praises. Go ahead.
The floods have lifted up, O Lord. The floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their waves.
And that's what the Most High is doing. He done girded himself, man. Now them floods is coming. Now the winds is getting stronger. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 4, the Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters.
Right, he controls the elements. He created these things. Go ahead.
Yea, than the mighty waves of the sea.
So you trust me, the waters fall back when the Most High tell them to, but when he say go, they go. They move, man. You see what I mean? So this is all the elements and part of the prophecies in the prophetic times that we live in. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 5, thy testimonies are very sure. Holiness becometh thine house, O Yahweh, forever.
And that's what we living in now. The testimonies is sure. These testimonies of our forefathers, of our ancestors, and now we're bringing it to the people. And none of them are failing. None of these is failing. The prophecies don't lie. And this is why we so bent and deal with over this book, man. This is a book this book is in 3D, but you can't see it in 3D unless you get your glasses, your 3D glasses, and the only way you can get that is by keeping the commandments of the Most High. You know, that's how you get the understanding. So let's go to Psalms 107, Baba Kashar, and 25.
Y'all got it? Y'all already here? 107:25. You heard this? Is 10? Okay. Let me know when y'all there. Okay. The book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 25. For he commandeth and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifted up the waves thereof.
See, the Most High commands them. He's the one that raised up the stormy wind. What was they calling it? Irma? What was that, the last hurricane? Ida. That's Hurricane Yahweh. But they want to give the names to Greeks and Romans and everybody else. You understand? But the Most High is telling you right here, he lift them waves up. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 26. They mount up to the heaven. They go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble.
And who's that? Those are the people that's on them ships. The people that's dealing with business out there on them ships. You know, because most cargo comes in through ships. Okay, from different countries and everything. They see the elements of the Most High. They see waves that it looks like clouds of monsters, man. You know, them waves come up there to the heavens. That's what it means. Them waves come up to the heavens very high. And then they put fear in people, man. You in the middle, that boat might be big as hell when you on it. But then when you see that wave, you realize how small your boat is. It don't matter if you're on the Titanic. Okay?
And that's, Salaki, if I could, that's also dealing with tsunamis too.
Right.
Over there in the Philippines, Thailand, all them, you know, spots over there, they prone to getting tsunamis all the time. And them tsunamis are devastating. You see what I'm saying?
But even even without the tsunami, the Most High lift, because I've seen on a high tide a wave be so high and then it just stills. Most High calm it down. So the Most High lift that joint up, because even just the waves, man, could change the way your ship moves, or your stuff is on there that you know, everything moves, and it moves the sea creatures. The sea creatures move with that. Okay, right. Go ahead.
Verse 27. They reel to and fro, and stagger like a drunken man, and are at their wits' end.
And those are them sailors, man. You know, you could have all them crazy Navy SEALs and all that, and they be on there, hoorah, hoorah, but they be the toughest murdering, killing dudes. But when them waves come, I don't care who it is, they gonna feel it. They're gonna, oh man, we don't know if we making it, and that's when everybody's praying. Even the atheists, when they in the middle of the ocean and they see stuff like that. So you reeling to and fro like a drunken man. Okay.
So like it. What was that movie, The Perfect Storm? You remember that movie? Where they had that fisherman boat and they was out there going up against that storm they was going in, and that wave was, what was it, like 30-story wave? Y'all know what I'm talking about? That's what this is talking about.
Yeah.
Verse 28. Then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he bringeth them out of their distress.
Right. And see, that's why a lot of people believe in the Most High, because yeah, sometimes the Most High answer your prayers through another religion or philosophy, just to confuse you, to have you feel like your God is the one that's answering your prayers, not knowing it was him. You understand? The Most High does that too. He answers the prayers of certain people for a reason and a season, to kill them at another time. Does that make sense? He'll save you from the water to kill you in a fire. That's the way the Most High works. You know. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 29. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still.
Right, the Most High does this, man. All them tsunamis, all the earthquakes, all the hurricanes, all the tornadoes. That's all the Most High, man. Go ahead.
Verse 30. Then are they glad because they be quiet, so he bringeth them unto their desired haven.
Right. Somebody put up on a meme, one catch from New York, they said, the sun is going to be it was the next day after the hurricane. They said, the sun is going to be out all day now, like nothing happened yesterday. Like the sun just came out. That's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Somebody put that up. But that's the way the Most High come. He wash you up one day and then it's over the next day. And you be like, what the hell happened? Right. But it tells you that, and then they are glad because they be quiet. And so he bringeth them unto their desired haven. Okay, let's go to Job 4 and 6. Bible Kushah. But there's so much going on.
Everybody got it? Job 4 and 6. This is the book of Job, chapter 4, verse 6. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, Salakia, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways?
Right. This is supposed to be, that's the balance. Okay? Your fear, your confidence, your hope, and the uprightness of thy ways. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent.
Right. So whoever dies, are they innocent? Now the Most High tells you he'll kill somebody just to save him from the wickedness to come. You see what I'm saying? Because they might not be strong enough to deal with that. You see what I'm saying? Our people, certain people that the Most High take off the map is because he wants to save them for that day, save them from not messing up other individuals in that day. You understand? The Most High got so many ways and reasons why he does things. And, you know, the classic is Isaiah 55 and 8. Was it 55 and 8 or 55 and 6? My thoughts are not yours.
Oh, yeah.
You know, my ways are not your ways. So we don't know what the Most High reason for it, but we know all of this stuff that's happening is prophetic as we speak. These are prophetic times. So all these storms is prophetic storms. These are not regular storms. So when they hit, understand when you see that damage, that was the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
From the top at 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
And the righteous can be cut off. The righteous can be cut off. But guess what? That's between the Most High and that individual. Okay, we'll never know. You just had one of the elders from the camp ISOC that passed away, Brother Ozias. And he passed away from the COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what the man did or whatever, but that's it's crazy when you hear and see things like that. But my first reaction wasn't, oh, the man was wicked, he was off. That wasn't my first reaction. But give me 5-6 years ago, I would have told you that. Oh, that nigga must have been wicked. But now you understand judgment a little bit more and understand the Most High is just, these are prophetic times. Now, if you die in this truth, laboring, you got a crown. You earned your crown. So when you get that understanding, it's like, yo, the man died laboring. He got a crown. He's certified. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the scriptures say. So that's a different way to look at things. Go ahead.
It's a like, if I could, like the brother was just bringing out, the Most High, he'll take you out for just to prove a point. That's what the whole book of Job was about in the first place, just to prove a point. You see what I'm saying? Verse 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Right, so you reap what you sow. Okay, go ahead.
By the blast of the Most High they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed.
There goes your earthquakes, your tornadoes, you got the forest fires in the west, you got floods, Noah's floods in the northeast. And then now, like you said, the tornadoes are switching now. Now they got a new route. You know, they used to, well, I ain't gonna lie, Louisiana, it's like Louisiana could never shake them all of a sudden. The Most High, I don't know what he did. He got some type of real anger. It might be all that goddamn unclean gumbo.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
they the seafood capital of the United States down there with the gumbo and the crawfish and all that.
Right. You know, and if you look at like Mississippi, Louisiana, all of that's connected down there. And that water be so swamp looking and nasty. The water down there is because they eat all the goddamn shellfish. And those are the filters of the sea, and they take them out, and that's why the waters over there is very musty and dirty and very dark. Okay, we're gonna go to Luke 17 and 22. Luke
17, 21 and 22.
20, 22.
Good. Everybody there? Good. The book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 22. And he said unto the disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall see it, and ye shall not see it.
And that was, see, that's speaking about, that's a bunch of different ways you could look at it, because he was speaking to the disciples back then. They was wishing and hoping they'll see the day of a Mashiach, but they couldn't. They was with him, but the great day, they can't see it as themselves. They'll see it in the regeneration. But then a lot of people, when it tells you also that our forefathers prayed to see the days that we live in. You see? So this is what Yahweh Shai is showing them. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And they shall say to you, see here, or see there. Go not after them, nor follow them.
Right. See, so that's another thing y'all got to understand and look out, because y'all going to have some stuff that's going to trip. It says even the very elect. So there's going to be some Project Blue Beams. There's going to be some people coming and doing magician magic. You know, they probably come over here and levitate with fringes touching the floor. You know, there's going to be some stuff, but it's still, and this is how you know there's going to be, there's way more prophecies to unfold, because it's going to get crazier. You know, some like what they got, Tupac, they got at Coachella, right? At the Coachella, they got the holograms.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Then you look at all the movies.
That to Big too, and
Elvis and
yeah.
And they got the thing, you watching the movies when they go like this, and then the hologram comes out their hand. A lot of that is coming. That wasn't just in Hollywood. All of that is coming. So you're gonna see stuff like that, and they're gonna be doing that with the damn chip. They're gonna be doing that with the chip, and then it's a lot is coming. And when it comes, you can only be prepared with it through this. Egypt shit can't help you. What has polite or young Pharaoh given to us as a community and as a people that will help us in the long run when these prophecies unfold? Nothing. The Most High, through this whole thing, he's showing us how to prepare our minds for this and our spirits. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 24. Whereas the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day.
So when Yahweh shall come, you gonna see him and you gonna know who he is. You see what I'm saying? Don't fall for the okie doke. Because if everybody's not saying that's the Messiah, they a liar. Bars. You know what I'm saying? They a liar. Okay, so don't fall for the okie doke. You will see it. Okay, especially if you part of this elect. Most High willing, we are. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 25. But first must he suffer many things.
There you go.
And be rejected of this generation.
And once again, he's speaking to them back then, and he's speaking to us today. Okay, go ahead.
26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
The same thing. Us bringing this word out. Us building up our spiritual ark right now, because that's what we doing. Y'all can't see it, but we got Noah's ark out there. That's what we building out here. Okay, go ahead.
27. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, unto the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
So it's going to be the same way. And as you can see, really nothing is stopping. Now you can't go in certain restaurants and certain bars in New York City, but you can still order
Uber Eats,
DoorDash. You can still order. So there's really nothing stopping. Everything is still going. It's just a little bit more inconvenience, but all these things is going to continue to happen. It's prophetic. This is all prophetic. Go ahead.
28. Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded.
Right. So just like in Sodom and Gomorrah, that was the days of Lot. Okay, go ahead.
But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all.
So that, and see, that's a key reason why America, people were like, oh, why Yahweh shine here yet? Why Yahweh shine here yet? Because we are still here yet. If he won't destroy it because we are here. He gave Abraham, right? He told Abraham, or was it Lot? He told Lot. He said, no, it was Abraham. He told one of them, if you could find me.
Yeah, he told 10, that to Abraham.
He told 10 righteous, right? First he started off with 100. Then he went down. So imagine, and then that's what he did for that. Look at America with all of us awoken. Of course the Most High ain't going to destroy this place yet. He's still gathering us. Okay, and we fill this place up. Go ahead.
Verse 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed.
And that's when it's going to be the same way. It's going to be the same way as when Yahweh reveals himself. So we're going to go 2 Peter 2:1, Baba Gashar. Then we're going to close it out in the Apocrypha.
You said 2 and 1?
Come.
Read that. Everybody already there?
All the way to the 6th verse.
Y'all say Con? Okay. The book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 from the top. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Now, if of course there's a balance to everything. So if you have brothers and sisters that's out here teaching the truth, right? They're teaching the truth. So somebody got to be out there lying. There has to be liars. But now you have liars that are taught everything that they was taught because their leaders might be liars. So they really not, they still got more of a chance to get out of that. You see what I'm saying? But the damnable, the ones that's damnable heresies are the ones that's teaching anything that destroys your salvation. Christianity tells you you don't have to keep the law. Catholicism tells you you don't have to keep the law. Now, through all the bullshit that goes on amongst Israel, that's how you know when these niggas is wicked, when they say we don't have to keep the law or we don't have to follow Christ. Once you say that, game is over. So, do we know Polite and young Pharaoh and Sarnetta? Are these false prophets and teachers? You know how many people they stumbled or put that stumbling block in front of that was actually literally ready to make that change and jump into Israel, full throttle. And they heard or seen one of these demonic videos of these niggas and they said, nah, I'm gonna go with Egypt. You know how many souls they did that to? How many people that I've heard that say, yo, I was messing with y'all till I heard Polite, son. Like, what? You see what I'm saying? So these are them damnable heresies and false prophets, but they're still, don't get it twisted. They're amongst Israel.
Yep.
They're amongst Israel. But the ones that's completely blatant like them, like, just stay away from them. Okay? Because it says it says, and they bring upon themselves swift destruction. This nigga, young Pharaoh, is saying it's cool to watch gay porn.
Yep.
Then you say the black woman is God, but then you curse your baby mama out and say That's why I need a white woman. Because the white woman don't talk back. And this and that. But I thought the black woman was your God, nigga.
And beat the hell out of his woman,
Right.
too. His baby mama beat her.
Well,
All because of the devil that he had in the house.
so now, are you committing idolatry because now you want the white woman?
Most importantly, he's beating his God.
Right.
That's the most important factor, right?
You're beating your God into submission.
Mm-hmm.
So, and these are and then, like it's happening. It's quick. It's so quick because you didn't see this coming. These niggas was ready to do more debates. They was Sinetta's on Israelites' ass every damn day. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden now the Most High flipped it on them where you got, because that pedophile stuff, you'll get some threats. I'm telling you, we done been through it. We done seen it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas are threatening you. And they really don't care about the victim. They just don't like certain individuals, so they'll go that hard. And Polite has made a lot of enemies. And so does Sinetta. But now it was like an opening, and the Most High said, he told Israel, fall back, let them hyenas eat. Mm-hmm. And that's what we doing now. The lions are sitting back watching all the hyenas go crazy. You see what I mean? So this is all prophetic times, man. And it's crazy how it's happening during major prophecy. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways.
Right.
By reason of whom the way of the truth shall be evil spoken of.
And is that not what they doing? Mm-hmm. They speak evil of the truth. Shit, they shot the Bible up. Mm-hmm. The man shot the Bible up with an AR. Yeah.
Said King David and Jonathan was homosexuals.
Right.
Our God allows us to rape women. All of that.
But you're over here molesting your stepdaughters. And you call them that's supposed to be your God. Now you're molesting your God. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, but the Most High, and they had their run. They had their run, but I think you have a better off, longer run messing with Satan one-on-one than going against the Most High one-on-one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You would have a better run being a homosexual and just going all the way with it than to blaspheme against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you.
Right, and that's what's happening now. Okay? Everybody, then, what the Sinetta was doing that. He made, these niggas would not have a platform if it wasn't for Israel. We created these monsters. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And through those feigned words, what it say? Feigned words, they made merchandise of us, man. Sinetta got paid. Polite got paid.
Yep.
What was it? Hebrews on trial or Kemet on trial?
Kemet on trial. Yep.
Yeah. Nobody want to listen to these niggas, man. When's the last time somebody like, yo, I read this Dr. Malachi York book? Nobody listening to these niggas. We made them relevant. You see what I'm saying? Because they know we was the truth, and that's how the false prophets came against us. That's what it's talking about. And they make merchandise off of us. Because Israel's not going into these baits trying to make money, even though we can. And shout out to every brother that didn't jump into no debate like Priest Zabak. He said, y'all want to debate me, y'all going to have to, he told Sinetta, you're going to have to give me more than that. He was trying to give him $1,000. He was like, nah, nigga, you selling tickets, you selling, you got vendors, you got, you know what I'm saying, you doing the pay-per-view.
T-shirts.
Everything. Nah, you got it 10,000. Straight up. You going to make all this money, you got to cough up $10,000. You want my name on there, $10,000 on the ticket.
That alone, just the name alone is going to bring the crowd.
And that chase niggas away. Because that's what they about. So when the brothers see what they about, now you challenge them. Nah, I ain't doing it for less than this. Now they don't want no smoke. Leave him alone. Don't even talk about it because you don't want that conversation to be brought up that the man said, no, I'm not doing it for 1,000. You gonna give me 10,000. Nah, we can't do 10,000. Nah, well then we can't do it. Okay? Everybody gonna be a sucker. And he suckered a lot of brothers into them debates, man. Mm-hmm. Okay? Read the rest. Whose judgment?
Verse 3, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 4, for if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them in the chains of darkness to be preserved, or so like it, to be reserved unto judgment.
Right. He brought us down. The Most High brought us down. The Most High brought up his elect to this lower state. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 5, and spared not the old world, but
Right.
saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of ungodly.
And that's what the flood came upon, the ungodly. Who is these earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes hitting? The ungodly. Are the righteous amongst that? Of course they are. But the Most High gonna make a way for them. The Most High gonna make a way for the righteous. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overflow, Salakia, overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
Right. Those examples, Sodom and Gomorrah was supposed to be an example to these niggas to not live like that no more. But look what it has. It's like it never even happened. But not even that it never happened, they just don't give a damn. They don't care. The people don't care. They wanna fulfill their lust by any means necessary. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
Right. And only Lot got saved, but we don't need to go more into that. But that's a good chapter to read. 2 Peter is the second chapter, but we're gonna go in the second Esdras 15:1, and we're gonna end it off in the 15th chapter. But the point of this is showing you that we're in prophetic times, and these are prophetic storms, and there's gonna be more prophetic stuff happening. Okay.
Everybody got it? Second Esdras 15? Second Esdras 15.
15:1.
It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15 from the top. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy,
That's what we doing. Go ahead.
which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Most High, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
So the Most High told them to write it down on paper. When they, who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Bible?
And it's like, I think chapter 14 says that Esdras asks for the wisdom to rewrite the Bible in the 14th chapter also. So he tells you that he did it. So like verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
So all these people gonna come against us. Don't let it get to you. Leave what's his name? Mike the Archangel. Leave Mike alone.
Mike
man.
the Archangel,
Yeah. They supposed to come and talk to us. They supposed to wild out. They supposed to. The only time is a judgment call, and it's a judgment call that's usually gonna go left if a man put their hands on us. Now, if a man put their hands on us, may the Most High have mercy upon that man. But other than that, let these niggas talk. You had the sodomite talk all in the brother's face. That's why we got flagged. Because brothers want to sit up there and conversate with a sodomite. What's the conversation? How the conversation gonna go? You a F. Well, you ugly. You stupid. Well, and it's the same. Leave the damn sodomite alone. Let him go. He gonna be here dancing. He gonna do what he gotta do. Leave him be. Go ahead.
Verse 5, behold, saith the Most High, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
All of that is coming. That's what's happening now. Between Afghanistan, the earthquake, and nobody's talking about the earthquake in Haiti no more. They ain't even bringing that up. They don't bring that. I'm telling you, something, and I think it's bigger than the French. I think it go back to the Maccabees They can't stand the Levites, man. They can't. Esau can't stand Levi. You know what I mean? There's something about Levi, and I think it go back to the Maccabees. I think it's an ancient. You know what I'm saying? But then when you go to the cruelty of what it was Levi and Simeon.
Yeah.
That set it off. So they are arch enemies of Hamites. They are arch enemies of Esau. Levi done put work in on all of them. You know what I mean?
Because the Levites, if I could select it, the Levites are the mouthpiece of the Most High. They were the mouthpiece. So when their hatred for them is, they're expressing it through them for their hatred of the Most High. Because they were directly from the Most High. Whatever they said was directly from the Most High. That's why.
Come.
If I could. And Salakia. Verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
They hurtful works, Yahweh shall fulfill the law. These niggas' wickedness is fulfilled. There's nothing wicked that they haven't committed or done. Nothing. Just like there's nothing righteous that Yahweh Shai hasn't done. You see what I'm saying? That's the yin and the yang.
Right.
There's not an evil that they have not committed. If you can think about every animal on the face of this earth, the white man done has sex with every animal on the face of this earth. Every animal. It don't matter. A snake, a fish, probably even insects. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what, and it's telling you that here. The evil is fulfilled, man. And there's nobody that does what this person do. You know what I mean? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
And that's what's happening. The righteous complain, man. The souls of the innocent, the blood crieth unto him. And it says the souls of the just complain continually. Like, I can't front, man. The damn boozy badass, that nigga is riding right now for righteousness. He's riding for some word of righteousness. He was off as hell. He's off as hell. He cursed the Most High, but he's standing up in a game where if you say certain things about the so-called Jew or sodomite, you're finished. And for him to have that backbone and stand up like that, you got to give some type of credit and props.
Like, I give him some credit because I watched the video on the other night. Where he said it was okay for two women though to do it. I'm like, okay, you playing both, you know, you have to play on two ends, so
but
you can't have both ends.
And that's the that drug dealer / celebrity lifestyle. You see what I'm saying?
It's still,
yeah.
And that's still off.
But this is why you can't be lukewarm. But that little leaven, whether it be wickedness or righteousness, it leaveneth the whole lump.
That's right.
So if he put that little in there, like, wait a minute, Boozy fighting for me? But now the baby gonna get a backbone. Now the rest of the what the hell with that? Worry about some straight pride up in here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it might start something. It might bring something back. You know. So that's the way I look at it. But nah, definitely the man is off as hell, and he loved pork. The man loved pork. He had a video on that too. Where we at?
Verse 9.
Come.
Verse 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Right, and that's what I wanted to bring up. Right when they put the mandatory, because they made it, I don't know if y'all paying attention, because I watched the New York news, they made it mandatory to get the vaccine if in restaurants, gyms, and in something else in New York.
Theaters and stuff.
Movie theaters.
And the movie theaters.
Yeah.
And right after that is when they got flooded. You see that? The Most High flooded them right after they made that joint mandatory. So that was just something that it caught my attention too. It was like, damn, it all happened around the same time period. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I would not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Right. So we got to come out this bondage, man. You know what I'm saying? This bondage, this persecution, this heavy spiritual slavery, where people will fight with you. Like my rib mom's. She told me her mother just said she told her brother that if he don't get the vaccine shot, they live in New York, that he can't stay in the house. You see what I'm saying? So now you forcing your child to take the vaccine because he needs to stay in the house.
That's crazy.
You know, if he wants to stay in the house. So my rib is looking at her like, well, you know, you ain't say that to me. So I don't know what's going on here. There's always respect to persons in the world too. So, but that's the way it's going down, man. You know what I'm saying? We led as a flock led to the slaughter, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Right, the Most High telling you, he got us through all of this stuff. He gonna reach out and grab us like, yo, you good. You part of this here elect, man. You know what I'm saying? You good. The Most High promised us that. Go ahead.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
And was that talking about ancient Egypt? No, definitely not. It's talking about here. It's talking about here. Because Egypt ain't mourning. Ain't nothing in Egypt. Everybody want to talk about, oh, the pyramid. Ain't none of you niggas living in them pyramids.
Right.
Them dusty ass pyramids. That's the only thing. Oh, but why pyramids? Not one of you niggas got an apartment in the pyramid. Nobody's living there. You know, that is a sight to see and know that it was actually there. But that's it. And they always want to bring that up. But the Most High say he gonna come take us out of this, man. But he gonna smite it. And he said the foundations, right? Was it 12?
We're at 13 now.
Go ahead, come.
Verse 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation.
And that's happening now. You know, there's gonna be that famine. That is telling you about the famine all through the scriptures. So yes. And believe it or not, there's famines going on, but it ain't reach us. And some of us, it might not ever reach. We might not even realize, like brother was saying that during the first wave, that it was like brothers got fatter. Because Israel's eating, man. Israel's eating. You don't even know, but there's a lot of people that's right now that's not eating. There's a lot of people not eating. And we so caught up in the Most High and what we doing, we don't even notice that we got a refrigerator full of food and they don't. And it's because the Most High got us in our own bubble, man. This is why this is the world of Israel. Most High got us in a bubble. Sometimes you don't even realize how good we got it. You know what I mean? And the whole world is going through it. Because there's niggas out here hungry. Even in our local community, they're hungry, and the famine has hit a lot of people. Different famines, different things. Certain stores never got certain things back. A lot of mom and pop stores that was out the reach, out the way of Walmart and Kroger's. A lot of those mom and pop stores closed, man. So a lot of the people that's in those certain areas, because I know about some in Sparta, there's certain places that's the only store they know. A lot of those people don't have cars to go to the Walmart. You know, so a lot of people are stuck. Yes. And you see it. You see it. When you pay attention to it, you see it. But yeah, the Most High got us, man. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right. Okay, and that's not speaking to the ones who's doing righteous. But some of us will go and will be in the blast of his nostrils during this time too. Okay, go ahead.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right, and there's not gonna be like what was the movie, like Braveheart? No, it's gonna be some different type of swords, modern day swords. They're gonna be running around here with face paint and screaming hoorah with a ginsu. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing that. The swords is talking about modern day swords. Go ahead.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
And didn't that happen January 6th?
Yep.
That's how we kicked off the year, right? January 6th.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right, and that's what's happening now. Okay, they still don't know what's going on. And I tell you, it's going to really get crazy once Sleepy Joe is he dies. When he dies, Yahweh forbid it happens soon, it could put the pressure, because just alone, see, we know Kamala Harris ain't Israelite. We know that. But that image that she has and that color and that hair, them Edomites, they gonna lose their minds if she go into office. And that's the president. And then not only that, China and all these other countries, they gonna laugh at America like, this is your leader? Oh, we're gonna bomb the hell out of you. And they gonna stay and pick and poke at her till she get emotional and say, you know what? We gonna bomb all you motherfuckers too. A lot of that gonna happen, you know. So hopefully it happens during our time. Hopefully Sleepy Joe dies as soon as possible so they could bring her in. Because I think she's gonna bring the pain. The hell with Trump. I think she's gonna bring the pain. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right, you ain't gonna be able to, and that's happening now. That's happening now on a low level.
Hey, it's a lot. I was watching the video earlier today. I think it was in Philadelphia. They said the whole city was closed down from the flood, where people couldn't get down. They supposed to be doing like a concert or something there. Man said couldn't nobody get in the city of Atlanta because everything just shut down from the floods and some of the drains and stuff under there. They stopped up, so they can't even, the water won't even see right now.
And see,
it's crazy to see this person sitting there.
And that's another thing too. Imagine Esau created the sewer system, right? That sewer system, that's his map, that's his blueprint, that's what he created. So you telling me they don't have stuff in there that can stop the flood, and they don't got stuff in there that can cause a flood? If they created the sewer system, the sewer tunnels, the sewer operation, they know the water flows this way, the water flows that way, the pipes meet this way and that way. You see what I'm saying? They don't have, because just like your bathtub, you put a cloth in the hole, or you put a top in the hole, the water gonna stay there. So the same thing with the sewers. So call me a conspiracy theorist, but I feel a lot of those are part of man-made stuff too. Everybody talk about this what was the harp, but I think it's bigger than the harp. I think the sewage, because even the floods that happened in New York, we never got flooded like that in New York. Never. I'm talking about we seen way more rain and it never flooded like that. So it's either they're throwing so much garbage into the sewers that it's completely flooded, it's clogging it up, or they got something literally holding the water and letting go of the water. The same way the levees broke in Louisiana during Katrina. You see, all of a sudden the levees broke. You know what? The levees are made not to break. They're made for certain things, for that particular reason, to hold in the water.
And those same levees been there for like generations too. Those
Right.
very same ones that broke have been there for like years.
Now, are we taking away credit from the Most High? Hell no. The Most High is doing it ultimately, but yes, Esau is still a sinister mind that we're dealing with.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
And that's what's happening now. Cities are in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Then the cities are divided. America's not standing in one accord. They got different laws in every city, in every state. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation.
That lack of bread is, there goes that famine again. So all these things supposed to happen, and just know that we're living in the times that it's happening. So when you see it, don't be discouraged. Actually, and yeah, you're gonna feel sorry for your people when it's hit your people, but know that it's making our time shorter. You understand? Our time is shorter. So that's the end of my lesson. We're gonna just probably just a new moon scripture, Isaiah 66 and 23. What is it? 60? Yeah, 66, 23. And probably was it Leviticus 23. Leviticus 23. So this is the 7th month, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, you're gonna hear that. You're gonna hear people, well, why y'all celebrating y'all feast day this early? It's because last year had 13 new moons. That's why it's this early. That's why it ain't as late as it was last year. Because last year had an extra new moon. You want to read that up?
Okay. Isaiah 66, verse 23. Everybody got it? Verse 23. Okay. The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord.
Right. So everybody's supposed to be here, especially this being the highest new moon. It's supposed to be the highest new moon. And yeah, everybody should be here. You know, people got excuses, but let a sister give them a meeting location on social media at this time at night, and watch how quick niggas brush their teeth and iron their clothes. You know what I'm saying? And got money for dinner and a movie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and the hotel room. I just want to blow the trumpet at the new moons. What was it? Psalms 81 and 3.
Oh, okay.
Psalms 81 and 3. That's what it was, not Leviticus. And this is why we're going to close it out unless somebody got a question.
Psalms 81 and 3.
Yeah.
The book of Psalms, chapter 81, verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon. In the time appointed on our solemn feast day.
Come. Go ahead.
For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the Most High, or the God of Jacob.
Right. So this is a law of and a custom of our forefathers and foremothers, and this gets us into the spiritual. This is the spiritual New Year. It's when we ask for forgiveness of our new sins, of this year, which will be our old sins, but the new sins that we've committed since the last Day of Atonement. And the Day of Atonement is the 15th, right? September 15th.
Right. Yep.
I think it's a Wednesday. I believe it's a Wednesday. So September 15th, Day of Atonement, that's when Brother Malak and his family don't have to cook nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's when they don't have to cook a damn thing. And then Tabernacles, the 20. It starts
21st.
the 20th at sundown, but we get in the park on the 21st. Okay. Any questions? All right. Huh? I mean, I think we can still do the opening the day of,
Right. Yeah.
because it's the closing of that day. So we can do it once we get there and get situated. We definitely got to do it bigger than last year because we didn't really go in last year. It was too much drinking and it was too much going on. It was my first time. I was so kind of hyped being out there. So yeah, I got to stay sober the first day. God. So with that, we're just going to set these prayers up.
We the ones in tune with the land. We the ones with no food in our hand. Killers dead, they don't give a damn. I got a message for Uncle Sam. Jesus Christ was a black man. Boy, we on point like a cat. Here to reclaim Afghanistan. Pakistan with the sword in my hand.